ancient history is flush with unsolved mysteries, some of which, from lost burial sites to sunken cities, have captivated the public imagination for centuries. People are fascinated by origins. People are fascinated by mysteries, says Andrea M. Berlin, a professor of archaeology at Boston University. We're very curious about what we can't see, about what came before. And though some mysteries will likely never be solved, others are being chipped away at with the help of new technologies. As Berlin points out, a present-day archaeologist who finds a clay pellet may use an atomic reactor, among other tools, to deduce its chemical composition, whereas a 19th century archaeologist would have relied on a mere pickaxe and wheelbarrow. Here are 5 of the ancient world's most perplexing and enduring mysteries, all worthy of a glance back in time. Number 1. Stonehenge. Construction of Stonehenge, one of the world's most iconic prehistoric landmarks, began some 5,000 years ago, before England even entered the Bronze Age. Well studied for centuries, most researchers agree it functioned as a burial site, and it's now known where the massive stones came from. Yet Stonehenge's other secrets remain stubbornly elusive, involving its possible religious, ceremonial, astronomical, and therapeutic significance. Number 2. Cleopatra's tomb. For an ancient ruler, much is known about Cleopatra VII, the so-called last queen of Egypt, who famously consorted with both Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, and later committed suicide in 30 BC following Antony's and her defeat at the Battle of Actium. Yet the location of Antony's and her tomb, the couple were purportedly buried together, remains a complete mystery. Some researchers believe it resided in Alexandria, her capital city and the one-time cultural center of the Mediterranean world, only to be lost when a tsunami swept through in 365 AD. Others suspect elsewhere in the Nile Delta, possibly in a temple dedicated to Isis and Osiris, the gods with which Cleopatra and Antony respectively associated themselves. Number 3. Nazca Lines. Roughly 2,000 years ago, a pre-Inca civilization etched a series of enormous drawings into the dry coastal plain of Peru. Known as the Nazca Lines, these geoglyphs remained largely unknown until aircraft began flying over the area in the 1930s. To date, well over 1,000 designs have been located. Most are straight lines, stretching up to 30 miles, or geometric shapes from trapezoids to spirals, while others depict animals and plants, including a spider, a hummingbird, a monkey, a whale, a two-headed snake, a dog, and a humanoid figure nicknamed the Astronaut. As recently as 2022, 168 new geoglyphs were discovered, yet researchers still don't understand their purpose. One prominent hypothesis associates them with water rituals, though other guesses abound as well. Number 4. Plain of Jars. Thousands of lichen-covered stone jars from the Iron Age, some standing close to 10 feet tall, and weighing several tons, dot the mountainous landscape of northern Laos. Carved largely from sandstone and found in groups ranging from just 1 to 400, legend holds that giants used them as wine glasses. Many archaeologists, on the other hand, believe they served as funerary urns, though much remains unknown about their purpose, about how they were moved into place, and about the civilization that produced them. Recent research dates at least some of the stone jars to as early as 1240 BC, which would make them far older than the human remains buried nearby. Complicating matters is that many of the jars stand in fields of unexploded munitions, the vestige of a massive US bombing campaign during the Vietnam War, and therefore cannot be safely studied. Number 5. Thonis-Heracleion. An Egyptian port city on the Mediterranean Sea, Thonis-Heracleion served as a major trading hub prior to the founding of nearby Alexandria around 331 BC. Mythical hero Heracles and Helen of Troy both supposedly spent time there. Around the 2nd century BC, however, the city center collapsed due to soil liquefaction, possibly triggered by earthquakes, tsunamis, or floods. Eventually, all of Thonis-Heracleion sank underwater, where it remained lost to time until being rediscovered in the early 2000s by marine archaeologists. Since then, large statues, animal sarcophagi, temple ruins, pottery shards, jewelry, coins, and even 2,400-year-old fruit baskets have been pulled from the waves, thus shining new light on this real-life Atlantis. What are your thoughts on these ancient mysteries? Share them in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video and learned something new, make sure to subscribe for more. Goodbye, everyone.